Hello, friends, and welcome to your weekly pick a card reading with me, Intuitive Rene. I said pick a card reading, but there's no picking cards today. We're going to pick charms today. I have got 3 charms laid out on the table here in front of me for you to choose from. We have got a unicorn, we have got a kissy emoji, and we have got a cute puppy face. So which of the 3 are you drawn to? Now, we are doing something I haven't done before, and I am doing, it's a very simple reading that's probably going to have a very big message. Okay, so it's not going to be about the quantity of cards that we lay out today, but it is going to be about the message that comes through. Now, I am somebody who absolutely loves and uses this prayer in my life on a very regular basis, and it is the Serenity prayer. It is something that's really close to my heart, and it's something that actually holds a lot of substance. And I'm sure we're all familiar with it. Some people use it more regularly in their lives than others do, and for many reasons. It doesn't just fall under one category. It doesn't just fall under one group of people. The Serenity Prayer is applicable and appropriate to all of us at any stage in our life. So don't feel like if you use the Serenity Prayer in your life that you are categorized, labeled, or put into a box in any way, shape, or form. To me, the Serenity Prayer is what human beings are all about. It's what life is all about. It's the kind of things that we need to be focusing more on a day-to-day basis. So as I was going through my Serenity Prayer, doing my process of, practicing gratitude and just staying focused, staying humble, staying true to who I am, and, keeping myself free of drama, ego, and chaos in my life, I suddenly thought on, you know what, I'm sure other people could benefit from this as well. So that's when I decided to offer you a Serenity Prayer reading in your pick a card for this week. So I have given you 3 what I feel are feel good icons, feel good charms. I mean, who doesn't love the magic of a unicorn? I mean, we all believe in unicorns, don't we? Of course we do. We all believe in love. We all believe in emotion, sharing, giving, and receiving emotions. And of course, then there's the unconditional love of a puppy dog. So I chose the charms for a particular reason because they fit into Serenity for me. These are things that matter most to me: magic, love, and animals. And if I have magic, love, and animals in my life, I know that I have, serenity, happiness, joy, and all of those things in my life. So Serenity Prayer, like I said, I'm sure you've all heard it before. I'm sure you're all very familiar with it. I'm sure it's not a strange concept to you. So what I've done is I've basically taken the Serenity Prayer. I have written it down, memorized it. It like I said, it is already a big part of my life. But I've sort of looked at it and I've come up with 3 questions. So like I said, this particular reading is not going to be about the quantity of cards. So, it's not about the volume. It's really just about the message. So I'm going to encourage you right now to look at the charms and to decide which of these charms are you really drawn to. What matters most to you? Is it magic? And magic is a very loose term that I use. Fantasy, magic, the spiritual realm, unicorns for me answer and tick into all of those kind of things. It's about the connection to spirit. It's about the believing in miracles. It's about the understanding that anything is possible, that anything can happen. Or is love the most important thing to you right now, whether that is giving or receiving or being part of? But this could also be, when we talk about love, it could be about being just accepted unconditionally, about being validated in the connections and the relationships that you have, but just about being true to who you are and what actually truly matters to you. And then we have the puppy dog, which is just about unconditional love. That kind of enthusiasm and eagerness that you are met with every time you come home from work, and the dogs are like so excited and the tails are wagging, and it's that enthusiasm and unconditional love. So out of those 3 charms, which is the one that you feel you need, want, or is maybe even lacking in your life right now? So I am asking you to consciously choose the pile that you're going to go to, the charm that you're going to go to, the reading that you're going to go to. And once you know which one you're going to, as always, somewhere just about here on the screen will be the word intro. And if you click on that, it'll open up all the chapters, and you will see that there will be a unicorn chapter, there will be a kissy emoji chapter, and there will be a puppy dog emoji puppy dog chapter. And the chapters will be sort of, if you're on computer, they'll be over there somewhere, and if you're on a phone or a tablet, it'll be down the bottom here somewhere, the chapters. And then you can jump straight to that reading, or that portion of the reading, to get the message that you need in your life right now. If you enjoy this particular pick a card, please do show the channel some love by giving it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, please do subscribe. By engaging and interacting with the video, you show YouTube that this is a good video. So that's the best way that you can support me and the work that I do right now. And if you want to keep me coming back, if you want to keep making sure that I bring you more content, consider joining the membership. You know, we have so much fun in the memberships, and I look forward to interacting with each of you then. So let's get straight into it. We're going to start off with unicorn, then we're going to do kissy face, and then we're going to do the puppy dog. Welcome to those of you who chose the unicorn charm as the reading that you need to hear right now. Welcome. So I have the tarot cards in my hand, and I didn't mention it earlier on, but I am using the Journey Tarot. The Z Out Journey Tarot is actually what it's called. Such an awesome deck. Really is a beautiful deck, and I just love the colors. Hopefully the gloss and the glare is not going to be too bad. But yeah, I always struggle with that. But let's get into your reading. So as I'm shuffling the cards, I'm just going to give them a gentle shuffle, and maybe not quite that way. Let's do them this way. As I'm shuffling the cards, I just want to say, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Serenity prayer, that's as much as I'm going to focus on today. We have 3 questions that we're going to be asking for each one of you that are watching right now. The first question we're asking is, what must you accept that you cannot change? So what is it that you can't change in your life, that you just need to accept it as it is? Whoops, apparently that's what it is. I always say when the cards jump, I get a feeling whether it is a pick-me card or if it is just a bad shuffling. And that one was a pick-me card, and I'm just immediately noticing the crystals in the solar plexus. Right, so that's card number 1. Card number 2 is, what do you need courage for? So this that you cannot change, what do you need courage for? In other words, what can you change? What can you change in your life? And the third question, I'm just going to cut the deck in half here. And the third question that we're asking is, how will you know the difference? So that is card 2, and there we have card 3. We do have a little bit of glare, so let me just move the cards around. That is perfect. Perfect. All right. I'm loving the colors. We've got pinks and purples, deep colors happening here. The first card we have is the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands is, what must you accept that you cannot change? Page of Wands is the card of inspiration. It's the card of inquisitiveness. It's the card that says that you have this desire in the pit of your stomach to do, to create, to be, to initiate, to change, to, you know, all of these kind of things. But look what she's doing. Sitting and being still, eyes closed, meditating, focusing on the desires that we have within the pit of our bellies, and realizing that we have the potential. There she holds her wand in her hand. She has the potential to do whatever it is that she wants to, whatever it is that she needs to. But in this moment, she's choosing to be introspective, choosing to be inward. So the question was, what must you accept? What is it that you can't change in your life that you need to accept? And it's the stuff that's going on around you. You know, we're all in a situation in life where there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things happening around us that we have absolutely no control over, that we can't do anything about, and we just have to accept. So what do you have to accept? What is it that you can't change? And it's everything that's happening externally. You only have control over what's happening internally within yourself. So focus on that. Spend more time focusing on your power center than focusing on status and ego and all the other things that are happening externally in your life. What do you need courage to change? What can you change? What can you affect? What can you make a difference with? And we've got the Four of Pentacles. Now there's a theme developing here. there's a theme for each one of you that's watching, because the Four of Pentacles, there we can see the Four Pentacles and the two hands are holding on, okay? So they're holding on really, really tightly to whatever it is that they feel is valuable and important to them. And what the Four of Pentacles is saying to you is that sometimes in life we need to hold on, and sometimes in life we need to let go. It's about finding that balance between how much to hold on to and how much to let go of. So the Serenity prayer is saying to you that you need the courage to change the things that you can. In other words, that which you are keeping to yourself, that thing that you are internalizing, that which you are introspective about, you need to find a way of releasing your grip ever so slightly on it. Instead of holding all your ideas to yourself, instead of holding all your desires to yourself, that is something that you can't change what's happening externally, but you can choose to reveal a little bit more of your own magic, a little bit more of your own magic, of your own intuition, of your own thoughts, desires, etc. But it's about not just throwing it all out there and hoping for the best, but it's about being very selective with how much you reveal, how much you give, how much you show, how much you let go of. So it's not about saying you're holding on too tightly, just let it all go. No, we're saying that there's a gradual balance with how much you reveal and how much you hold back. You must never, in any situation in life, you must never go into it and reveal all your truths at once, because if you do that, unfortunately, there will always be people who will try to take advantage of your kindness, your good nature, your integrity. So holding a little bit of yourself back, holding back a little bit and only showing a little bit at a time is what will help you get you to where you need to be in life. And our third question is, how will you know the difference between what it is you need to reveal and how much of it you need to reveal? And the card that we've got here is the Knight of Swords. Now, I immediately notice she's walking, there's movement. Yes, there's a bit of a storm brewing, and she's holding her sword up straight. Okay, so she is aiming her metal rod into a lightning storm, all the kind of things that we don't do in life, all right? But she's doing it anyway. She is ready to take on the storm. She is ready to face her adversaries. She is ready to jump into whatever the drama is, whatever the chaos is, whatever the storm is that's happening around her. She's ready to jump into that. She has got zero fear. Now, she's also looking, if you look at her eyes, she's looking straight at the lightning. She's looking straight at the storm. So she is so focused. So what Spirit is saying to you here with regards to the Serenity prayer, this is something you can't change. This is something you can change. The difference is if you find yourself rushing into something without giving any thought to it, it's maybe not what you need to be focusing on. So if you find yourself almost, if I can call it, on automatic pilot, because that's what I get here with her. She is on automatic pilot. She is just rushing in, going in, driving in, diving in, rushing in, whatever you want to say. She's not really mindful about her actions, her activities, and things like that. So how will you know the difference of what it is that you need to share and how much of it you need to share? By how eager and enthusiastic you are to share. So if you're suddenly feeling like, I'm just going to do it all, no, that would be the wrong thing. That is where you need to slow down, hold on a little bit tightly. You need to reel it in. It needs to be not an automatic process, but a more controlled process. So if you find that you're tackling and getting involved in things from a controlled point of view, then you know you're doing the right thing. So from the Serenity prayer point of view, you need to understand the desires that you have and how different they are from the things that are going on in the outside world. And you need to understand that the only thing that you have to have control of is yourself. You don't have control of whatever other people are doing out there. And you don't have to always be associated or connected to or involved in what other people are doing, because you have no control over what they're doing. What you do have control over is how much you hold on to and how much you show or reveal of yourself. That is something that you need the courage to work with. And the way that you would know the difference of whether you're getting involved there, or there, is by how quickly you respond and how quickly you jump into action. So if you find yourself diving in feet first, stop and say, nope, that's not the way I need to be doing it. I need to be more, it's almost like I want to use the word controlled, okay? It's about more controlled interactions and engagements and connections. So if everything that you're doing is coming from a place of more controlled, then you know you're doing the right thing. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope that helps you. So as I said, this particular reading is not going to be a long and complicated one. It's short, sweet, and to the point. I do have another thing for you. What I want to do just to finish it off is I want to draw a card from the I Am Power affirmation card. So there are 108 of them in this deck, 108 affirmation cards. We're going to draw one that hopefully will tie in with the message that we have, and will hopefully give you something that you can hold on to, that you can work with as you go forward in your life's journey, so that you know that you're working on the right things, on the appropriate things, and that you're not getting too focused on the insignificant. All right, happy with the shuffle. Let's cut the deck over there, and I'm going to take that card off the top. So let's have a look and see what is your affirmation going forward. Exactly. I think this is so appropriate. The colors are even relevant. The colors are even relevant. Oh no, that glare is terrible up there. Let's do that. All right, actually, let's do that. That's a better idea. So your affirmation is, I am aware. I am aware of who I am. I am aware of how much myself I share, and I am aware of how quickly I respond, react, and get involved. I think that is so appropriate for each one of you who chose the unicorn. Be aware. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Hello friends, and welcome to those of you who chose the kissy face emoji as the reading that is for you today. Welcome. So I am working with this tarot deck for our reading today. I never mentioned it in the intro. It is the Zend Out Journey Tarot. This is such a beautiful modern deck. It's got beautiful cards, beautiful energy, beautiful colors. And I just feel like for what we're doing today, what we're dealing with today, I think this is going to be quite appropriate. So we're doing the Serenity prayer. We're doing a reading around the Serenity prayer. Here I have the tarot deck in my hands. And let's just give it a shuffle as we set the intentions. The intentions for the reading that we're doing today. And the intentions are very simple. We're not doing fancy and complicated and over the top. We're keeping things simple. We're keeping things truthful. We're keeping things to the point. And as I shuffle the cards today, we're asking God to grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Let's set the intentions that the reading that comes through today be valid and applicable and appropriate for all of us who are watching. Right, I am happy with that shuffle. I think that shuffle is good to go. Okay, let's cut the deck. So just finding a good spot there, oopsie, to cut the deck. Card number 1 we have got is the Sun card. Card number 2 is the 9 of Cups. And card number 3 is the Page of Pentacles. So we've got 3 cards because we've basically got 3 parts of the reading. The first part, or the first question we have, is what must you accept that cannot be changed? So what can't be changed in your life that you just have to accept? And that is the meaning of happiness. Okay, the truth of happiness. What is happiness? And it's interesting that you chose this particular reading. All of you were drawn to the kissy emoji face. The Sun card is the card of happiness. It's the card of joy. It's the card of success, of abundance, of, life, really. And this is Spirit sort of saying to you that recognize that you cannot change your reality. Your life is your life. The situations that you have around you right now are the situations that you have around you. We cannot just say, actually, you know what? No, I don't like this. I'm going to pull myself out of this and I'm going to have a whole nother experience. That we can't do, okay? So God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. This is accepting that your life is not all bad. But the life that you have is the life that you have, and we can't do anything about it. We can try to improve it. We can try to adjust the future of it. But right here and right now, this is your reality. This is your reality. So God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, to accept that this is the life that I have been dealt. This is the life that you have been dealt. And it is exactly what you need as a human being having this earth existence, this is the lessons, this is the experience, and this is the life that you need in your life. Well, this is the life that you need right now. Okay. The courage to choose the things that you can change. The courage to change the things that you can. And what we have here is the Nine of Cups. Now, the Nine of Cups is quite an interesting card because it is a card of accomplishment, of achievement. Every single one of these cups runneth over with success, with abundance, with achievements, accomplishments. So consider, and if you think about each one of these 9 cups as a trophy, you get a trophy when you have succeeded at something, when you have achieved at something, when you have done pretty well at a thing. Okay, that is when you get issued or given a trophy. So here you have an abundance of trophies. The question we're asking here is, what do you need the courage to change? And it's about recognizing that you're not done yet. Okay, even though you have achieved so much, succeeded at so much, accomplished so much, even though you have done a lot in your life already, you're not done yet. All right. And it's about having the courage to carry on, to do more, to achieve more, to feel more, to experience more, to have more, to all of those kind of things, because it's not done yet. You are not done yet. And finally, our last card that we have here, well, it's not finally because I've got another pack of cards I'm going to bring out, the wisdom to know the difference. So how will you know what the difference is between what you must accept and what you must change? How will you know what the difference is between those two? And it's the Page of Pentacles. Now, just look at this beautiful card. So she has, you can see by her pearly whites, she has this beautiful big smile on her face. She is quite happy, quite settled, quite content. But look at her. She is crouching on the ground. She is staying very grounded, very connected, very practical, very simple. Even her clothing that she wears, she's not going over the top. She's not excessive in anything that she does or in anything that she is being very, very practical in planting the seeds and waiting for the seeds to take and to grow and to start giving her whatever it is that she needs. She's patient, she's kind, she's gentle. She understands that she has to put the effort in, that she has to take care of it, but she understands that some things just take a period of time. So what must you accept that you cannot change in life? Your reality, your circumstances, your life as you have it right now. Where do you need the courage to make changes in your life? By recognizing that your experiences are not over yet. There are still more things for you to experience. There are still more things for you to achieve, to feel, to whatever it may be. And how will you know the difference between that which you have to accept and that which you have to change? By getting up close and personal. Like, let's get onto the earth, let's get onto the ground, and let's get on all fours, and let's look. Let's be open, let's be honest, let's be truthful, not with anybody externally in your life, but with yourself, with the seed of desire that is within you, the seed of joy, of happiness, of success, of accomplishment, of whatever it is that you desire for yourself. But you have to be honest, you have to be true, you have to be patient, you have to be kind, you have to be nurturing. You have to do the things that need doing. There's no avoiding. We cannot go from seed to fruiting tree overnight. There is no magic in this world that's going to give you something from seed to fruiting tree overnight. Unfortunately, everything has a process. There is a time and a place for everything. And this must be something that you're struggling with. This must be something that you're finding really difficult in your life right now, is that understanding of patience, of just allowing things to run their course, allowing things to happen, but also recognizing that you still have to have the experiences. This must be something that you are really struggling with, which is why you chose that emoji and that this reading has come through for you. Now, as I said, we're not quite done yet. I've got another pack of cards. This is my I Am Power affirmation deck. There are 108 affirmations. We're going to draw one. And hopefully it's going to tie in with this reading. It's going to tie in with this message. And hopefully it's going to give you something that you can work with over the next couple of days, over the next couple of weeks. You can keep reminding yourself about your I am, because your I am presence is what you're struggling with. And your I am presence is where you need courage to make changes, where you have have to realize that there's still more for you to do, more for you to achieve, even though you may be feeling exhausted, even though you may be feeling like completely uninspired and uninterested. We have to be real. We have to be practical. We have to be honest with ourselves around what it is that you need to achieve. Let's have a look. Right, I am happy with that shuffle. Let's cut the deck all the way over there, apparently. And let's take a card. So let's have a look and see what is your I am power affirmation. I am complete. I love that. I am complete. So recognizing that you are complete doesn't mean done. All right. Complete means that you don't need to add anything more onto who you are. You don't need to add any more, but you do need to do more. Okay. I am complete means that your life as it is at the moment is what you need to accept. Your life is perfect as it is right now. The experiences that you are having, the life that you are having, the opportunities that you are having is what it is. But it's about being patient and knowing that things will continue to grow. Things will continue to improve. Things will continue to better themselves. And you still have that experience to go through, that experience of patience. You've done everything you've needed to do. Now it's just a case of waiting for it to come to fruition. So recognize that you are complete. You do not need any other person to validate your existence. You do not need any other experience to validate your existence. You, as a human being right here, right now, you are absolutely perfect. There is nothing lacking or missing from your life except the patience for you to be honest with yourself, truthful with yourself around what it is that you want, what you need, and what you truly desire. So friends, I hope you've enjoyed your reading. Like I said, this is not about bulk volume. This is about simplicity. And I do hope that it means something to you. And I hope that it just answers whatever questions you have going on inside of your heart right here and right now. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who chose the dog as the charm for your reading today. Welcome. In the intro, I did not show you what decks I'm going to be working with today. So just to show you, I am working with the Journey Tarot. It's actually called the Zend Out Journey Tarot. This is such a beautiful deck for personal growth, which I thought was so appropriate for what we're doing today with the Serenity prayer. And I do have another deck that I'm going to use after the reading as well. So that is the Zend Out Journey Tarot. And here I have the tarot deck in my hand. So let's give the deck a shuffle. Now, as you know, we are doing the Serenity prayer today. I only have 3 questions. I only have 3 cards that I want to draw for you. But based on the readings that we've done so far, the ones I've already recorded, really powerful, powerful messages indeed. So for those of you who chose the dog, which is about loyalty, which is about unconditional love, which is about enthusiasm and excitement for life, that is the way that I interpret the dog charm. We are looking at the Serenity prayer. So as I shuffle the cards, we're saying, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. We're going to draw a card for each one of those 3 points within the Serenity prayer to see what it is that you need to be aware of in your life right here and right now. Okay. Happy with the shuffle. Let's cut the deck over there. We have got card number 1, which is the Death card. Card number 2 is the Hermit card, 2 major arcanas so far. And card number 3 is the Ace of Swords. I can see this one's going to be amazing. Right, just bringing them down to avoid glare. So for those of you who chose the dog, card number 1 is the Death card. Now, immediately, I'm just going to tell you, nobody's dying, all right? Nobody is dying. So this card is to answer the question of the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. What is it that you have to accept in your life that you cannot change, that you have no control over? And it is the endings, okay? Sometimes in life, relationships end. People drift in and drift out of your life. Circumstances drift in and drift out. Everything in life is temporary. Life is temporary. Your experience on earth right here and right now is temporary. The only thing that is guaranteed in life is death. And this is something that we're all building towards. This is something that we're all working towards. And just because we've drawn the death card doesn't mean that your death or your dying is happening now. You may still have 50 years. You may still have 100 years. Who knows how long you still have? But it is the one thing that you have to accept in this life. It's the one thing that you have to accept as true. Now, whatever your belief system is around death and dying, whether you believe that there is life after death or not, whether you believe that there is a heaven, whether you believe it just ends right here and right now, it doesn't matter. But you have to accept that at some point, everything comes to an end. And you may be struggling with that, so much so that you are holding on and carrying situations, circumstances, and people from your past. Maybe you're carrying them around with you. Maybe you're forcing people to stay in your life when actually we should be letting go and letting them go on their own journey so that you are free to go on your own journey. But the question of what must you accept that you can't change in your life is the fact that everything is temporary and that everything will come to an end. Even as far as just to bring something as simple as your career, at some point, at some point, your relationship with the organization that you work with, your position within that organization will end. You'll either get a promotion, which means your current position ends, it stops, it dies, it terminates, or you move on to a different company, or you retire, or you die. But at some point, your relationship with this organization that you are with at the moment will come to an end. Your relationships with people will always come to an end in one way, shape, form, or another. And there is nothing that you can do to stop that. So you have to just accept. And I think in that acceptance, and isn't it quite interesting, sorry, that you chose the dog, and the dog is about loyalty. The dog is about its whole life. The dog is loyal its whole life, okay? It never loses its loyalty to a person, to a, to its human. But we have to accept that not everything is going to last forever. And you clearly struggle with that. If you chose the dog, if you've come here for this reading, it is obviously something that you really struggle with, this whole concept of forever. Okay, so please understand and please recognize that everything is temporary. Nothing is forever, and you can't change that. There is nothing that you can do to change that. Our second card that we have here, which is the card of the Hermit, and immediately I love how they're holding a candle right here by their heart space. The eyes are closed. So in that moment, holding that candle is the only illumination that they have. It's the only light that they have. It's the only truth that they can see. And the second part of the Serenity prayer is the courage to change the things that I can. So what can you change is only yourself. You can't affect the outside world. You can't change anybody else in your environment. You can't change your circumstance, okay? The only thing that you can change is your reaction to it. So you can't stop endings. You can't stop life from progressing beyond its current state or form. But you need courage to realize that the only person you can affect, the only person that you have any kind of control over, is yourself. And we need to keep our light, keep our little candle right here in front of us so that we only see our own selves, so that we don't see other people, that we don't see what other people are doing. We don't see what other people's strengths and weaknesses are, good and bad points. We need to only focus on ourselves. And if you can do that, if you can only focus on yourself, suddenly everything will fall into place. Everything will make more sense and you will be better off for it. So you need to be strong and brave and courageous in only looking within yourself for the answers to the problems, to the challenges, to the experiences that you're having in life. And our third card is the wisdom to know the difference. The wisdom to know the difference between what you can't and what you can change. And in answer to that of the wisdom to know the difference, how will you know the difference? We have got the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is about ideas. It's about inspiration. It's about new thoughts, new voices running around in your head. Okay, and it's about the intrigue and the mystery behind all of those kind of things. So the Ace of Swords is saying, listen to the words that are coming to you in this reading and let them speak truth to your heart and soul. That is how you will know the difference. If something feels right in your heart and soul, then it is right. If something doesn't feel right in your heart and soul, then take it that it isn't right. But it's about trusting your own interpretation, trusting your own belief system, your own understanding, and knowing that it is enough, knowing that it is valid, it is appropriate, and it is exactly whatever it is that you need in your life right now. So the Ace of Swords is basically saying to you, how will you know the difference? By listening to the loud voices in your head, the loud thoughts in your head, listening to your own truth above all else. If somebody else tells you their opinion and it doesn't feel right to you, then it's not. And that doesn't mean that they're wrong. It doesn't mean that their opinion is not valid or legit or right for them. Remember, you're holding your candle right here in front of you. The only light that you have control over, the only thing that you can change is your own self. So if somebody else's opinion doesn't feel right, don't try and change them. Don't try and make them see things from your point of view, because you can't change that. The only thing that you can change is yourself. And if you receive somebody else's opinion or somebody else's thought process and it doesn't feel right, doesn't sound right, doesn't sit right with you, just let it go. Don't try and hold on to people. Don't try to hold on to situations and circumstances, and recognize that the only person who you can affect is yourself. All right. So I also have this deck with me. This is my I Am Power affirmation cards. There are 108 of them here. And we're going to shuffle, and we're looking for a single card which is going to give you an affirmation, an I am affirmation, because your I am is what matters most here. The way that you respond and react to life is the thing that matters most. So we're looking for a single I am affirmation that will hopefully connect with this reading and hopefully just give you something that you can work with over the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks, and the next couple of months. As you find, okay, we've got bad jumpers. That was just my bad shuffling. That wasn't pick me cards. Right, so let's have a look. I am power cards. We're looking for a single card to connect with the reading of the loyal dog that you can work with over the next couple of weeks, couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months. Let's have a look and see which one you've got. Of course you are. It says, I am me. You know what? And this is something that you can repeat. This is something that you can say to yourself over and over. When I look at the reading that we've just done for you, when I look at what we've just covered here for you, the fact that we've got the Hermit card holding his little candle, I nearly said torch, holding the candle right here, only illuminating himself, only illuminating their own belief systems, their own ideals, their own expectations. You know, it's that acceptance. It's that acceptance of I am enough. Who and what I am is enough. When I eventually leave and transition and go to whatever is next, I need to know and I need to be okay that I am me. I am enough. I am perfect. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, just because your opinions differ from somebody else's doesn't make them wrong, and it doesn't make you wrong. Accepting that you are you, and accepting that life is temporary, everything is temporary. This reading is temporary, everything is temporary. Recognizing that, accepting that, and yet still being confident and proud of who you are, what you are, why you are, and how you are. That is the point of life. That is what makes everything okay. And that will help you to not be so afraid of change, of letting go, of transitioning, evolving, and moving on to the next phase of your own life. So friends, I hope you've enjoyed your reading, and I hope it's given you a little bit of food for thought and just answered whatever questions you may have in your life at the moment. Thank you for being here with me. And as always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.